Does everyone feel?
Wonderful.
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 Wonderful. Wonderful.
Let's go back here. Do we have any questions so far? Last week, we started on the TM and teaching the information on it. Does anyone have any questions on it? I get it.
Abraham, I would like to know uh, when the person at the field, when you do the meditation, you feel you are at the field. How you create your future?
Okay, let's see. When we're doing the meditation right now, you're learning to control your energy, and you build that image with the image making process. The the field is always here. The field is around you, alive here and now. It's alive with energy. You create it by deciding who you're becoming, how you're going to serve. You create it by building the image and the vision in your mind. And sharing, yeah, we're good. So this field of pure light, pure consciousness, there's awareness in this field. This field is pure light, pure energy. Everything is in this field. Everything that ever is and ever was and ever existed lives in this field. Cannot be created or destroyed, is always ever present. What's in this field? Pure light. Where everything comes from, where everything goes back to. Gratitude. Gratefulness. Abundance. Serenity. Pure love. This energy, this field of light, tranquility. Appreciation. This field of consciousness is where everything emerges from, and it moves into the material form. As it goes up, it comes out of it, and as it goes up, you see it as material form. You came into this light, but you came through all of these ideas. All of these ideas are the programming. So when you come through this, and by the time you come up here to physical reality, what you express is all the ideas, all these vibrations. So it's no wonder why this pure light, this perfection, is not expressing everything that it could be. Why? Why?
I think because you are not tuned in the energy. Because you're outside, you are living in the program with fears, and you are not in the vibration that will permit you to be creative, because the creativity will become from the state of being of serenity. Then your mind, you will calm down your mind, and your mind will speed up in direction of the thing desired.
All this right here is what they were doing around you. The problem is not what you don't know. What you know is a problem. You came into everything they did. And that's who you think your self-image is. The truth is, what you don't know would save you. What we need to do is unlearn. Unlearn everything that we think we are. And as you unlearn, what are you doing for this energy? What's going to start to flow through here when you start to unlearn all these ideas? Every time, day by day, that you're doing the meditation.
You're letting the energy space to flow in.
There you go. So more love starts to flow through. More kindness starts to flow through. More awareness starts to flow through. Less of the old. More of this awareness begins to flow through. How do you build the field? How do you go into the field? You come from the field. The problem is you forgot. You think that you're your old self-image. That's the problem. You think that you're your name. You think that you're your past. But as this begins to change, so does the awareness. Let's see where we were at yesterday. You will never know.
Don't it?
You cannot know what consciousness is until you take it away. You do not know what consciousness is until you take it away. If I come in here and you find out that you're not that, and this begins to fade away, what happens?
You open space for the new.
There you go. When you find out that you're not this idea, and I take it away from you, I'll help you take it away. It's gone. You cannot know what consciousness is until you know what it's not. You don't know what consciousness is until you know what it's not. And the truth is, you have to be some form of consciousness. You have to have some form of ideas to be conscious of, to be something, somebody, something, someplace, somewhere. So then you start planning your own images of what it is that you want to be. So that as this energy flows, it gives life to that idea, not to these that were down here or these that were down here. You start planning your own images. You start to have control over the subconscious mind.
This is a donut. It is very sweet and very good. But if you've never tasted a donut, you wouldn't really know how sweet and how good a donut is. if you'd never had that experience. Transcendental meditation is like that. Transcendental meditation gives an experience much sweeter than the sweetness of this donut. It gives the experience of the sweetest nectar of life, pure bliss consciousness. As Maharishi says, those who don't know, they don't know. Those who know, they enjoy. I hope this following documentary gives you some good news about the sweetness of life.
Donc,
It's going to be all this livingness down here.
Donc tout va bien. So David, the Maharishi teaching in your life.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Maharishi teaching in your life. How did it all start? Can you tell us the story?
Yes.
That infinite source of the whole universe, the self of all that is, the ocean of pure consciousness, that is truth, that is the unbounded self, that thou art. The region of truth is not to be investigated as a thing external to us. It is within us.
This here represents the surface of life. Surface. And we see surfaces, you know, surfaces. And about 300 years ago, scientists, they started wondering, what was this wood, and what was this metal, and what was it really? So they start looking into matter. So this side is matter, and this side is mind. Mind and matter. And the scientists, well, they discovered molecules. Deeper they went, and they discovered these atoms. And like I say, they thought that was the smallest particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper, and they find inside the atoms these little electrons and neutrons and protons. And they went deeper and deeper and deeper, smaller and smaller particles, smaller and smaller particles. They found 4 forces. On a deeper level, the 4 became 3. And on a deeper level, particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper. This side is mind. Mind and matter. And the scientists, well, they discovered molecules. Deeper they went, and they discovered these atoms. And like I say, they thought that was the smallest particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper, and they find inside the atoms these little electrons and neutrons and protons. And they went deeper and deeper and deeper, smaller and smaller particles. Smaller and smaller particles. They found 4 forces. On a deeper level, the 4 became 3. And on a deeper level, the 3 became 2. And then, about 30 years ago, modern science, quantum physics, discovered the unified field. The unity of all the particles and all the forces of matter, of creation. not only did they discover the unified field, but they found that everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest it is. Unmanifest. It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists, they discovered the unified field, but they found that everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest it is. Unmanifest. It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists know this exists, but if they wanted to get there, you can't get there. It's unmanifest. You can't walk into this field. But any one of those scientists
at here, it's a computer simulation of absolutely nothing. This is empty space, literally empty space with nothing in it. This is the simplest thing you could possibly imagine in the universe. And you can see it's it's an interesting place to be, an empty space. It's not dull and boring. What you're looking at here is that even when the particles are taken out, the field still exists. The field is there. But what's more, the field is governed by the rules of quantum mechanics. And there's a principle in quantum mechanics, which is called the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which says you're not allowed to sit still. And the field has to obey this. So even when there's nothing else there, the field is constantly bubbling and fluctuating in what's, quite honestly, a very complicated world. These are things that we call quantum vacuum fluctuations. This is what nothingness looks like from the perspective of our current theories. So what you're looking at here is a computer simulation.
could practice a technique, transcendental meditation, has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. Everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest it is. Unmanifest. It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists know this exists, but if they wanted to get there, you can't get there. It's unmanifest. You can't walk into this field. But any one of those scientists could practice it.
Why is he saying you can't go there? We actually do go there unconsciously. Majority of the time. We live in it. You're living in it right now. It's all around you.
Outside
When you
of the,
go ahead.
sorry, outside of the quantum field, if you want to go with this material world that we have, you cannot get there. You just get there with you as a spirit, you as energy that made from the same thing. Then you can tap in this field because it's the field that has the unity of everything. Is the field of God, is the energy that you are made it.
Good. It is not the intellect that changes you. It is not the intellectual learning that changes you. It is the experience that changes you. So as you're doing the transcendental meditation,
Technique, transcendental meditation, which
it is the experience that
true
changes you.
happiness is not out there.
Experience of what? Doing the work. You have to experience it. It is not the intellectual part of this information that changes you. Your intellect is already here. It already knows what to do. Right? It is the experience of the transcendental meditation that changes you. It causes you to go all the way down through itself and then hit, touch, recognize this pure light. And every time you dip in here, you're becoming more of the light and less of these ideas. It's going to be the practice of doing this.
You're given a mantra. Mantra, a very specific sound, vibration, thought. Very specific. It needs to be life-supporting at all deeper levels. And that mantra that you're given, that Maharishi gives, the key that opens the door. The mantra turns the mind within. Turns the awareness within. And you naturally dive. Why is it natural? Because each deeper level of mind and each deeper level of intellect has more happiness. And the deeper levels of mind and deeper levels of intellect correspond to deeper levels of matter. At the borderline of intellect, you transcend. Transcend is the key word.
At the deeper level, when you get to this line, you're going completely beyond the physical intellect, and you're going into totality. When you break this, break through this, channel through this, you're going into the everything.
It means to go beyond. You're going beyond field of relativity, duality, experiencing oneness. Pure.
Going beyond field of relativity, duality. Who's dualistic in here? How many times do you talk back and forth to yourself? What's possible, what's not possible? This is the subconscious. Unconscious.
Unbounded, infinite consciousness. This consciousness has qualities, infinite creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, and bliss. Dynamic peace. Always been there, never had a beginning, it is and it will be forever. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, immutable, immortal consciousness, fullness. Any human being can experience this easily and effortlessly with transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is just a vehicle to get you here. When you experience this level, you enliven it, and it grows in the individual. So if you started with a ball of...
When you experience this bliss, when you experience this higher consciousness, you may not recognize it the first time, but as you keep doing it, you're raising this awareness. You're in the uprise of a higher consciousness, evolving.
Consciousness this big. Everyone has consciousness. Consciousness is transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is just a vehicle to get you here. When you experience this level, you enliven it, and it grows in the individual. So if you started with a ball of consciousness this big, everyone has consciousness. Consciousness is the way to understand consciousness. If you took it away, you'd see what it really is. If there wasn't any consciousness, we wouldn't exist. And if we...
Did y'all hear that? If there was no consciousness, you wouldn't exist. That's why you had to fall down. If there was no consciousness, let's take consciousness completely out of here. Take it all out. What do you have? What would you have? Let's wipe your brain out, Angelo. What do you have?
Repeat again, Abraham.
If we wipe all your memory away, all memory, all words, everything, what are you out here?
Nothing.
Nothing. Why?
Because there's no cells of recognition of no things.
Anything.
Anything.
Nothing. So we need ideas and imagery to have something. But the difference is, let's say if I grab a dictionary and you learn the whole dictionary. You learn every word in the dictionary, just like the internet. Let's say you downloaded the internet. You download the internet. You got all this information. And then you start to build your own self-image. Tranquility, pure love, gratefulness, gratitude, pure light, pure awareness, pure appreciation. And you know that you're a spiritual being. You begin to know this. Then you can take whatever idea that you want to experience and plant it in here yourself. Then you can go back to, once you've cleaned your tunnel, your flow of energy, there may be some of these you don't want anymore. They're still here, but you don't want to use them. Let's say you moved this entanglement. Electric memory, an idea with an emotion. When these two come together, they become a program. When this energy and this energy come together, an idea, an image about yourself, and then a very strong emotion about yourself that's negative, and it's planted here, this becomes consciousness. This becomes consciousness. Whatever's in your field is relative to who? They gave you, let's say, you think that you're your race. And then you got an emotion about that race, all these different emotions and all these different words about your race. That becomes conscious. Now it's alive in you. So guess when your energy flows through here, what does it become out here? You identify with what? What's in your field. Making sense?
Yes.
But if you take that awareness away and it goes back to it just is, that idea comes out of your field and goes back there. That emotion comes out and goes back there. So for you to choose. Maybe I'm not good enough was in here and now it's inside of you. But you go in and you take that, it's no longer you, and you put that back where it is, that idea, and you don't want to select that image and that emotion. You select a higher truth one. I am prosperity, and everything I do comes to me with ease. And then you get this higher emotion and you bring it in here. I am prosperous, and I'm a business owner, and I have my own businesses, and I have a company. And you plant that idea, that consciousness here. Electric magnetism comes together, and guess what? This begins to flow through who? Your awareness.
If we did exist, we wouldn't know it. It's the I amness of life. It is life itself. Tied to consciousness is all this: creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, bliss, dynamic peace, all positive, light of unity, all positive. You experience this level and you enliven it, and this ball of consciousness that you thought was just going to stay the same for the rest of your life starts expanding, and these qualities expand. So day by day, you're growing creativity, intelligence, love, energy, and this ball of consciousness is now expanding, and you're owning unconscious or subconscious more and more and more. Side effect of the growth of this consciousness is negativity starts to recede, tension, write all these things, stress, anxiety, sorrow, depression, anger, hate, fear, all starts to go. Can't live in the light of this. In schools, when there's stressed anxiety, horror stories, depression, so many people on pharmaceutical drugs, suicides, shootings, stabbings, you give a student this technique. It's easy to do. It's not concentration. It's not contemplation. Concentration, contemplation keep you right on the surface. You're not transcending. It's this field that does everything for the human being. This field. And you experience
A little bit better insight?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the field. So as you learn to do the mantras, you're putting those back where they were, and you're cleaning your home. These go back. They're no longer inside of you, a part of you, but you get to choose. You had to have consciousness to create reality. You had to have something, somewhere, someplace, sometime. But as you're clearing and cleaning, you're becoming less of what you don't want to be. Because more light shines through this, the more of itself it has to be. We're at our time. Thank you, guys. And everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you. Great day, everyone. Thank you so much.